What's up guys, it's me, Zero here, and in case you haven't noticed, this is going to be a short video, and I'm still at a loss for words for this, and in case you haven't checked the news, well, it's all written in the web by now, but Iwata, the CEO of Nintendo, has passed, and it's kind of ironic, to me at least, that I was I was playing through Donkey Kong 64 yesterday. I got to the part where you had to play the original Donkey Kong. Just played it once for the golden banana, second for the Nintendo coin, and it was like, if you know your Nintendo history or Nintendo in general, you know that like that was the game that that was their like flagship game that started like everything, like from Mario to Donkey Kong, his own series, to Zelda to Metroid and whatnot, and Nintendo as a whole. And I was playing that today, and as soon as I got done, though, I was like, I'm gonna check on some counter and see what's up on there, and I end up seeing like their playtest for Chrono Phantasm extend, and then like afterwards, like right above it, there was like this article that said like Blaze Blue Central Fiction confirmed. And I was like, is this like a spin-off title? And I was like, it's Blaze Blue 4, and I was all hyped. I was like, yes, Blaze Blue 4, and that's all I posted on my Twitter feed. Like the first two tweets, first one just straight Blaze Blue 4, and the second one saying I was basically fanboying the entire trailer. And then I look at my news feed, and I've seen nothing but quotes and pictures of Iwata, and I was like, okay, what happened? Did something happen to he resigned? Because I thought that was my first thought was like, he finally stepped down as CEO. I was like, I guess they got fed up with him because Nintendo been struggling for like the past few years now, and they started struggling like when I was still in high school, like 2011, 2012ish, all the way to now. So it was. It turns out he passed away, and after I found that out, I was just stunned. I was like, I don't know how to deal with this, and at first I couldn't believe it. I was like, nah, and then like all the hype I felt for like Blaze Blue just died, and I was just depressed afterwards. And I was like, okay, and those are my thoughts on Facebook, obviously, because that's what you do, like when you deal with stuff like that. But a part of me is like, words couldn't describe like how I felt the moment, because like him, Reggie, and Miyamoto and Sakurai, they were just like the top. They were like the top people you like knew from Nintendo, along with Enuma and the guy behind like the Mother series, and just it was weird. Like somebody else pointed out, like this, like the last thing we heard from Iwata was like how him and Miyamoto felt sorry for like how E3 turned out, and because Nintendo didn't have like the best E3. It wasn't the worst, but it sure in the heck wasn't the best. But like they basically said how they were how even though they didn't have a lot to show, they had like more playable games than Sony and Microsoft, and it was also like another E3 like he couldn't make it, and And there's another thing, earlier in the year, like he couldn't make it last year because he went underwent surgery last year because I forgot what they found, but that's why he couldn't make it. Like I think it was either 2013 or 14. He couldn't make it because of surgery, and we all thought like as soon as we found out he recovered, we saw like good, and now we get this, and it's like even worse. Lil Rebo's sick too. I'm just trying not to be a negative Nancy, but it's just a lot to deal with right now, and I hope for him to get well too, and for the best for him and his wife. So when I was just it's like a part of Nintendo just died today, and I've like me, I didn't start knowing about Iwata till like way back in I say 2006. Yeah, like when I started learning about E3 and when 2008 hit and which I finally watched E3 and him on being on stage and presenting games or whatnot, and then but the trademark for me, and obviously you see it in the picture of this video, was the whole "Please understand me" from the Nintendo Directs, and that was just that had to be like one of the best ongoing memes like ever. It was just like whenever Nintendo would like screw up, that'd just be the first thing like someone would joke about. The whole region lock thing, certain games not being localized, Xenoblade, Fatal Frame, Attack on Titans, stuff like that, and that's all you see, like a little "please understand" quote, and it was it was lighthearted to be honest. He was a cool guy, and he he stood by his company to the end, and that's something you hardly see nowadays. Nowadays, you just see like, oh, we're losing money, let's lay off people. But why was it like that? He literally took pay cuts to make sure that no one got fired and owned up to his mistakes. And that's one thing I respect and admire about him, that he did that compared to like everybody else who would just fire and look elsewhere. And he was basically in it for fun for everyone. That was his policy basically. Like that was fun for everyone. And that's basically been like the philosophy of Nintendo for like the past, like in general. Like Nintendo has those games where like anybody can just pick it up and enjoy it. Like it doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to have the most realistic settings or whatnot. It was just like they could just make anything work. They're like Disney but less evil. They're the Disney of gaming basically, and except like I said, less evil and religious, and but that's what made me like a Nintendo fan, and still am to this day. Like, yeah, they made some bonehead decisions as of late. I'm looking at you, 3DS, new 3DS to be exact, and Wii U, but it's at least they owned up to their mistake, and that has to be like an ongoing trend now. Like this year, like companies, like I'm glad like companies are owning up to like their mistakes. Like, yeah, we screwed up. Like we should have did this. Like instead of like aiming for like the money, like most of companies do. I know that's like the end result at the end of the day, but like at least try to earn the consumer's trust. Like that's what they're trying to do now, earn the consumer's trust back. Like Sega openly admitted it, Ubisoft did too, and Capcom is slowly learning. basically with how they're treating Mega Man now because we're getting the Legacy Collection. So at least they're learning, and it's honestly I can't tell you where Nintendo will go from here, and because the future is uncertain. So I'll just hope for the best and hope we can, well, they can get through this because like they lost like a major like a major part of Nintendo today, and it's, I know it'll get rough from here, but there's always something to look forward to. And that's it, guys. I'm done here. And as for me, I was I was proud. I said I was gonna finish up Donkey Kong 64 and Link to the Past, Earthbound, and a few more Virtual Console games I have on my Wii U, and basically hold off for doing my Blaze Blue Forward video. That's gonna be after, because another video is holding that one back, and I plan on finishing that like by the end of the month. Promise, like legit. So till next time, guys, and thanks for everything, Wada. You will be missed.